Welcome back, Divas. Picking up right where we left off. I left you all on a Wednesday. Thursday, Noam and Daniel and company comes to my house in Nashville. Now, we were aware CMA Fest was starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Nashville. We're in Nashville. The guys have reunited. In true Diva fashion, this story time could, if we had to, be told maybe 10, 15 minutes, but we're going to take our time. We ain't going to rush this. And we are aware CMA Fest is happening. Okay, we're aware that it's tonight. And we do our thing. We beg for money on the side of the road. We work. And now we're like so tired. I remember at 4 p.m., I look at Noah. I'm sitting in the office. I look at him. I go, bro, I was like, there's no way. There's no way we are going to CMA Fest. I was like, I'm so tired. He's like, I'm so tired. They drove through the night from Florida to get there. It was a whole thing. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going. He's like, no, we're not going. We're not going. So then 5 p.m. rolls around. We're done begging for money on the side of the road. We're done working. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go into town and get some food. Let's go to this fun place I know. So we get in the car. We're driving. We're rocking and rolling. And Noam's on DJ. And Noam puts on Ella Langley. Choosing Texas is a banger. We've got Ella Langley banging. We're going down the I-65 into Nashville. And at that moment, Noam looks at me and he goes, you know Ella Langley's going to be there tonight. And then Daniel's like, I love Ella Langley. And I was like, man, she does have a lot of bangers. And I was like, and these are the bangers I love. Like, I love her, but I was like, we don't want to listen to future Ella Langley. We want like these Ella Langley songs if we're going to see her live. So we all just communally look at each other. We're like, okay, it's like 5:45. The show starts at 7. And we all just decide, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's go to CMA's. So I look to Noam, who's in the passenger seat. I get off the freeway. We turn around. We're going back home. He's like, I need to change. He goes, Jonah, you look fine. Daniel needs to change. I need to change. And I said, you know what? If we're going to go. Let's do it right. Book the best seats you can buy. The best seats money can buy that are available right now. So Noam's like looking. He's like, there's these for $3,000. So we spend over $3,000 with parking on tickets. But the justification, here is justification. I was like, I know these influencers are going, and they're not going to be in some shitty box office thing way in the back. They ain't going to be in no nosebleed. So I was like, we're going. Let's at least go and get great seats. So we booked the best seats that there was available, which is like as close to the stage as we could get. So there was the stage, but bam. And Noam's like, I found these, and he's booking a few rows back. So we're really close to the stage, and I'm like, you know what? That's where the influencers that I want to meet are going to be. And I knew going into this that there were a few choice is a way to put it, influencers I follow that was like, you know what? If we go with my luck, I'm going to meet them. They're women, obviously. Don't act surprised, y'all. Okay, divas, y'all already know. I was like, you know what? This chick's going to be there. Noam, look. And I actually did this verbatim. I pulled up Instagram. I said, look, this girl's going to be there. So let's totally go. Because with my luck, I'll meet her. I also say the words, I don't know, let's just go. I got a feeling I'll meet my wife there. Just saying, I am a hopeless romantic. So we booked the tickets. We're in the Greek restaurant. We're getting food now. Random thing. We go home. We all get dressed. We get back in the car. We all change and meet really quick. Mind you, we booked tickets at 5:30. The show starts at 7. That's just how we do it. So we get in the car. We drive back. And it turns into an absolute ruckus fest. Shit show. I'm like, Noam, you booked for parking? Yeah. He's like, yeah, we had to drive so far from the stadium. I was like, bro, what is this VIP parking you got us? This is like so far. We were across the bridge. Mind you, I live in Nashville. That's what does that say? Okay, well, that sign says Nashville. So I was like, oh my gosh, I thought we got like VIP parking. So we park in some hotel across the water. Anywho, double pay for parking. It's a whole mess. I'm trying my best to tell the story in order of the way it happened. Noam sent Daniel and me our tickets separately. So we go there. We go to the main entrance. Scans red. We wait in line. I'm talking to girls as we're walking. I'm just saying, hey. warming up, as I do at these events. I talk to a lot of people. Y'all know, I say hi to a lot of people. So we finally get to the line. We wait in line, go to the front. Our tickets scan red. And they're like, oh, this has been happening a lot. You got to go to the booth and figure that out. Mind you, we just spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on these tickets. And we bought them like an hour and a half ago. So they're fresh. So we go to the booth, we wait in line. Tucker Wetmore starts playing. We're like, all right, we're kind of missing the show a little bit here. When's Ella coming on? Because we're Ella fellas. Wait in line another 20 minutes. I don't know. Finally, someone comes to help us. And they're like, yeah, you bought the wrong tickets. They're like, these tickets that you bought are for across the river during the day for, I don't know, CMA Park Fest. I don't know. But it said CMA, but she's like, oh, you see how it doesn't say stadium? Noam's got the wrong tickets. I was like, that's hilarious. Like, no big deal. We'll contest the credit card charge. That's not our fault. Like, that's hilarious. And Noam's just like, sinks. So what happens next is we walk back 20, 30 feet. We sit on a pillar outside the stadium. It's hot. People be walking in. We're smoking, ripping darts as we do. I'm fine. I'm like, could be worse. I'm with my friends. We're watching the show. We're having an amazing time. I was like, I could see the show from where I was sitting on a concrete pillar, so I didn't mind that much. And then Noam's on the phone with SeatGeek or whoever we bought him from, just yelling at them like, you guys, how you sold me fake ticket, blah. Finally, what turns out is that we bought such VIP tickets that we had tickets to all events. And Noam just sent us the wrong ones. He sent us the daytime ones, and then we did have the nighttime ones. So then we're laughing. I was laughing the whole time. I was going to go live during it. I just thought it was so funny. But then we get the right tickets, walk to our right entrance, and we get green, and we go in. No big deal. Crisis avoided. We get in there. Oh my gosh. We get in there, and we go to our seats. It's assigned seating. And we didn't realize it was assigned seating till we got in there. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is not a festival. This blows. This is like you get your one chair, and the people that we were next to, for some reason, did not like us. Probably because we came late. We made them get up and get out, and we had to get in. And then we got in, and then we got up and left because we were like, this is lame. So we immediately went from here to here. And I was just like, wow, we have 4 days. We bought full fest passes. Full fest passes. We're like, wow, we have 4 days of this? That's crazy. That's crazy. Like 4 days of sitting in a chair, watching the concert. I was like, man, I thought this was going to be like Stagecoach where we could run around and meet people. So we were all like, forget it. Let's go get a drink. Mind you, I still don't drink alcohol. But we were like, let's go get a drink. Let's go talk to people out in the stadium. So we get out there, and I'm like, man, this is just a bunch of young, kids. I was like, how are we going to meet, chicks here? I was like, how are we going to talk to women? And I was like, how are we going to find girls here? How are we going to meet girls? How are we going to talk? How are we going to make friends here? It's a bunch of teenagers running around, or you're sitting in your seat next to old rich people. Those are your two options. So we go back and forth from the seats. Then we kind of get bored at the seats. So we're out there talking to people, making friends, doing our thing. And it is hot. Why are festivals always so hot? Why? Why can't there be great weather at a festival? Every time I've gone to Stagecoach, it's so windy. My freaking hats are blowing off. Anyways, this is where the story gets good, y'all. This is the first night, okay? This is where it matters. Y'all are going to be so proud of me. Y'all are going to be so proud of me because I'm so talented at talking to strangers. I am so talented at talking to strangers. It's really a gift. It's not even a gift. It was a gift, but I've cultivated it by talking to so many strangers, men or women. Now, so many guys think that they don't need to talk to any girls in public, and that when they eventually see a girl in public that they like, that they find attractive, that she's beautiful, they think they're going to turn into a sniper despite never taking any shots and be able to snipe that one magically. That's not how it works. You got to take a million shots. You got to be shooting your free throws so that when it comes time, you're like, oh, now I see one I want. So, So, first night, girl walks by me. Beautiful girl walks. My type walks by me. Okay, y'all would be so proud of me. Y'all would be so proud of me. And I was pretty disappointed at the people that we had seen walking around Mind you, I was like, we're going to meet these influencer girls that are there. There's 4 of them together. I was like, we're going to meet them. I'm telling you, we're going to just magically meet them. Don't know where they are, but we're going to find them. Now, a girl walks by me, and she's looking at me as she walks by me. And I put into play arguably one of the greatest lines of all time. And I'm not a proponent for lines. I'm a proponent for confidence and being sober and just being, a charming guy. But this is one of the greatest lines of all time. You ready? She walks by me. She's looking at me as she's probably looking at me 10 feet back. Starts looking at me, checks me out. I can tell she's checking me out. And I hit her with, y'all are going to be so proud. I hit her with, are you going to keep staring at me or are you going to say hi? That's right. Like I'm in one of those TikToks or Instagram reels where the girl's walking by the guy and the guy's like, oh yeah, perfect line. They're all fake. Those are all fake. This is real life, mind you. This is not staged. Those are all fake. And I hit her with, are you going to keep looking at me or are you going to say hi? And then she hits me with, come say hi. And she gets in line to get a drink and I was like, bam, I'm in. So I'm in line with this girl now. We hit it off. I get her a drink. She's like, what are you drinking? I was like, because I don't tell people I don't drink. I just pretend that I got so drunk that I've been cut off. That's my go-to. And you know what's so funny, actually? This is a valid point. Earlier in the night, it's the first night, okay? And, the first night you do anything is a little overwhelming. There's like so many things going on. You don't have a lay of the land. You're like, what is happening? I went to go get a ginger ale. This is not, I wish this was ginger ale. I went to go get a ginger ale at the stand, and the girl working at the stand, it's earlier in the night, she goes, sweetheart, how much have you had to drink tonight? I was like, I'm not drinking, don't worry. She goes, I can tell. She goes, here. And she gave me, at a venue, she gave me free bag of chips and like jerky, and she's like, sober up, babe. Like, you're like, sober up. I was like, that's hilarious. I was like, I'm working tomorrow. I'm not drinking anymore because I don't tell them I'm like sober. And she's like, oh, yeah. She's like, you need to sober up. I was like, how crazy was I being? I wasn't being that crazy. I was just being me. I was just talking to people, Anywho, so I tell this girl, I'm like, yeah, no. I was like, someone's got to run the company tomorrow. I'm busy. I'm not drinking anymore. They cut me off. If I keep drinking, I'm going to get crazy. Because I don't know. I just do that. Nothing wrong with saying I don't drink. I do that too. But in the moment, I was feeling it. Don't judge me. No one judge me. I'm just sharing the story, how it happened. Okay? No one judge me. This is a judge-free zone. Long story short, I don't remember our conversation word for word because we've had a few. But I buy her a drink, blah, blah, blah. We're having a nice time. I introduce her to my friends. I look up for my friends. My friends are running around now. They're talking to security guards. That's how tough. Just to give you an idea of how tough it was to meet people at CMA Fest. My friends were talking to security guards and staff there because it was like so not a friendly place to just meet people. It just wasn't. It wasn't conducive for that. Anywho, she said something. I'm like, oh, that's a red flag. She said something else. I was like, that's a green flag. I made her take her hat off. I was like, I don't know. And then we just hit it off. And then she goes, this is why y'all would not be proud of me. I'm still this way. I don't know why. I still am. She goes, I've gotten better though. I have more story times. I've gotten better. But she goes, as we're walking, she goes, are you going to ask for my number? And I was like, yeah, I was. Just not at this second. I was just enjoying my time with you. And I was like, I was getting there. You rushed me, but don't worry anyways. Blah, blah, blah. Bam. Exchange numbers. She goes back to her seats. We go back to ours. This is where the story gets interesting. I'm at my seat, which is, this is the ironic part. She had better seats than us. We bought the nicest seats that you could buy an hour and a half before the venue for 4 days. But she had seats that were like 4 rows back from center stage. We were like 16 rows back. She goes to her first class seat. We go to our business class seat. And then, mind you, my friends were having a good time. They were having a good time. They were having a better time than me, I would say, in all honesty. I would say they were having a better time than me. So they then, during the last set of the night, they leave. They run away. They were like, we're going to go outside and smoke cigarettes. I was like, I'm going to stay and watch Jason Aldean. So, by the way, Ella Langley, total side note. Ella Langley is the one that brought us there, and Ella Langley absolutely rocked. The woman she is, my goodness. Anywho, they leave to go outside to rip cigarettes. And I stay behind. I'm sitting by myself. I'm like, here we go again. On my own. Alone. Concert ends. Venue ends Thursday night. It's done. I'm walking out. And then this is where it gets crazy. As I'm walking out, the girl that I met, by the way, that we exchanged numbers, we're going to call her Pookie. Okay? So that's Pookie now. Just for context, because I don't want to give anything away. So the girl who we exchanged numbers is now known as Pookie in this story. Okay? So Pookie texting me like, oh, you should come over to my hotel bar and like we'll hang out, blah, blah, blah. And then as I'm walking out, mind you, 40,000 people are leaving the stadium. No one calls me and goes, Jonah, you're never going to believe who I just met and whose number I got. And I go, are you kidding me? Mind you, we went here for two things. Ella Langley and this group of girls from Instagram. I show everyone the photo. I said, this is who we're looking for, boys. This is who we're looking for. He goes up to that girl, that group of girls, I should say, successfully infiltrates, charms the mom. Apparently it was sisters with their mother as well. Not really important, I'm just saying. Charms the mom, gets the digits of them, and is like, Jonah, I just met the Instagram girls, and I got their number, and I'm going to try to get them to come out with us. You should love me. I was like, wow, that's crazy. But now I've met Pookie, mind you. So now Pookie is like, hey, like, let's let's hang out, let's have fun. So what happens? What happened? What happened is Instagram girls get an Uber. Noam calls, I find Noam. Noam calls them, but bam, come out with us, come out dancing with us, blah, blah, blah. Jonah, where should we go dancing? I was like, Skinny Dennis is a vibe. I call up Pookie now. I'm like, Pookie, I think we're going to Skinny Dennis. She's like, I'm down for anything. But we parked way far over the bridge. So we all now got to walk over the bridge, get the car, get the Land Rover. Got the Land Rover, sitting in traffic. I call up Pookie. I was like, we're going to come pick you up. We're going to Skinny Dennis. We're going to go dancing with new friends. I said, we made friends. I said, get used to it. We make friends. We're all going to go dancing. Why have one when you can have five? Why have five when you can have nine? That's how I feel sometimes when it comes to friends, because we're really good at making friends with strangers. Like I said, we talk to a lot of strangers. We've been day ones knowing me. So, bam, we're now driving. We get in the car, freaking, 30 minutes goes by. Time did go by, 30, 35, maybe. Time went. We had to walk across the bridge. I don't know if any of y'all saw those TikToks of the CMA bridge, but it was packed like cattle, which is wild, but it was. So we walk across the bridge, we get in the car with some traffic, we get out of the hotel, but bam, we have to double pay for parking, by the way. Got ripped off. Don't want to talk about it. Drive back across the bridge so I can pick up Pookie, and then we go into Pookie's hotel lobby, into her hotel bar, and we just start hanging out with Pookie. This is an important side note. Pookie and me stayed outside talking when Pookie and me stayed outside talking when the boys went back in to watch more of the show. And we got a great song. I was telling her, this is our song, because we stayed out there. That's like when it was our first one-on-one time. It was Cruise by Florida Georgia Line. What a great song. What a great song to have. What a great song. I would like to preface this story before everyone starts going crazy. You divas. Before all the divas start going crazy, I do not have a girlfriend. Okay? Before everyone's like, oh my God, he's like married now. I do not have a girlfriend. I do not. At the time of recording this, I do not. I just had to throw that out there just so divas know. It's story time, divas. This is my outing from a weekend. Y'all know. There's a lot of story times I have to catch y'all up on. So, we go, oh yeah, Cruise is our song though. I was like, this is going to be our song, you know? It's like, this is our song because I love this song. I love Florida Georgia Line. And I was like, and we're missing it. It's just you and me. How romantic, blah, blah, blah. We did not kiss to that song. We go to Pookie's hotel lobby. And then I was like, no, we need to have our first kiss to our song. So I was like, bro, like, sing that song for me. And I was like, cover your eyes. And we're at a packed hotel bar. I was like, cover your eyes, everyone, and start singing that song. And they did. And we shared a kiss. And the people at the bar were hooting and hollering. Yeah, that was awesome. That was really fun. So then the boys decide to go to Broadway. What did I do? I stayed behind with Pookie. Yeah, I stayed behind. So they left. I stayed behind. Yeah, we're recollecting. This is a long story. I'm going to have to start going faster here. Fast forward some hours. Nothing really. We just had a good time at the bar. And then I get back in the car. I go pick up the boys. We go home. Anywho, next day. This is crazy. So next day, fast forward, we have a full day. I don't even remember what we did. We go back to CMA's and we show up late. And Pookie is texting me, are you going to come? Blah, blah, blah. Like, texting me like, hey, like, let me know when you're here. And me being me, I'm like, whatever. Like, I met her the night before. So we get to CMA's and I text her, like 30 minutes before we're there, she's like, are you like coming? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we're actually in a hotel bar, ironically. We were in her hotel bar. We parked at her hotel. Hilarious. And we get to CMA's, and I just don't even tell her we're there. And CMA's it's a Nissan Stadium. It's a massive venue. There's like 50,000 people there. And I'm with the boys, and they're running around. They're making friends. We're talking to this group of girls. And Pookie texts me, LOL, I just saw you. I was like, oh, you got to keep your cool. You got to keep your cool under duress. And mind you, she just saw me talking to like 3 women. Not really me, more the boys, but I was definitely there. All she saw was me with the 3 women. And ironically, I told these women I'm married. I was just like, yeah, I'm married. And then they go, yeah, he's got too many wives. I was like, I do. I have multiple wives. We said that. So she just saw me standing with these 3 women that they were entertaining. I was just there. And she's like, LOL. I was in line for the bathroom and I just saw you. And mind you, we're nowhere near our seats, so that's kind of wild. And I was like, and I didn't tell her we were there. And I was like, and the text before, like, oh, like, let me know when you're here. Like, are you coming? Blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. And I go, perfect. Come save me. And then she didn't respond. And then like, I was like, oh man, that's not ideal. It was hot. I was tired. And anywho, Pookie comes, bumps my shoulder walking by like 10 minutes later after she saw me with that group of women. And she was like, oh, like, fancy seeing you here. She's like, She's like, you got it, to her credit. She was like, no. I was like, perfect. Come here. She's like, no. And she just kept walking away. Never chase, everyone. You never chase. Never. Anywho, Pookie came back and I was like, don't worry. I told those women I'm married. You're my wife. Blah, blah, blah. Anywho, the people that we're sitting next to, because it's reserved seating, absolutely hate us. I don't know why they hate us, but they fucking hate us. Every time we go there to get let in, they just stand up and they look at us like, ugh. I brought Pookie back to our seats with us because fuck those people. Pookie and me end up leaving, her and I. We hang out till 4 a.m. Actually, I hang out with her and her dad, which is hilarious. I met her dad. Her dad's awesome. And then she like throws him away. She's like, makes him go back to the hotel room. And then her and I hang out till 4 a.m. And ironically, this is hilarious. The only reason I share these times is because as I left her hotel at 4 a.m. to go home, and I'm thinking, I don't even know where my friends are. I was like, I better call them. As I'm leaving, I get a call at 4:05 a.m. And it's Noam, and he's like, Jonah, we're going to a party in Belle Meade. Come. I was like, bro, this is crazy timing. I just like left the hotel bar because it just shut down. Bars stay open late out there, in case everyone's wondering. Like 4 a.m. they stay open till. So some places later, I mean, I swear to God. But he's like, we're going to a party in Belle Meade. We're going to an after party. We made friends with like Mike Majalak and all these people, all these famous, I don't even know. He had a time of his life. I was like, that's crazy. I'm tired. I'm going home. Saturday during the day, I met a girl named Bailey who got us into the VIP Celsius Lounge. You know how I got into the VIP Celsius Lounge? We're standing in line with the peasants, like peasants, for the general whatever Celsius thing. And there's this, one of those Celsius girls standing at the line. And I said, miss, I love you. And, I don't even know what I said. I said something charming. And I got us, and she's like, you guys can go up. I was like, I'm going to say the Oh, I remember what I said. I was like, listen, I know there's a magic word to get up here, but I'm going to alakazam it. I said, if I say it, will you let us in? And she's like, all right. And I was like, I love you. And she let us in. So we got to go to the Celsius VIP Lounge. So her name's Bailey. When Pookie and the boys all went out on Broadway that night, we ended up running into her at Jelly Rolls, which is like, what are the odds? It's just like such a small town. So we all have a great night. We go out, Jelly Rolls, do our thing, having a good time. They're like, we want to leave Jelly Rolls. We want to go over here. And Pookie and me just Irish goodbye it. We're like, literally, as we're walking in Broadway, the crosswalks on Broadway get pretty crazy. And they were walking a little ahead of us. And I was like, listen, I was like, I do Irish goodbyes. We're just going to Irish goodbye and leave. And she's like, I'm so in. She's in for anything. She's in for whatever I'm into, she's wonderful. They literally go in the crosswalk. I just hold us back like literally like 2 seconds. And I was like, watch, we're going to do Irish goodbye in real time. And the boys keep walking and we just go left. I said, the car's this way, we're leaving. Irish goodbye in real time. And like 2 minutes later, he calls me. He's like, hey man, we're in line, but it looks really long. Where'd you go? I was like, we're just walking. We're on our way there. Irish goodbyes are wonderful. If you've never done it, it's Irish goodbying. Everyone should know it. Is when you leave without saying goodbye. It's wonderful. Anywho, Sunday, Noam and Daniel leave. They call me at 11 and they're like, hey, where are you? I was like, I'm going to get lunch with Pookie. And he's like, what the heck? Where? I was like, on 12 South. We're going to get coffee and lunch. And he's like, okay, we're leaving. So they left. They drove back to Chicago. They gone. So now it's just me running solo. And Pookie and I go get lunch. We hang out all day. We had an amazing day. Gave her a house tour. It was a wonderful time. And this is what's interesting. So mind you, we met randomly Thursday night. Friday night, I didn't even tell her I was there. And we were at way opposite ends of the stadium from our seats. And she sees me with women. She just found me. Like, who knows if I would have texted her. I'm an animal. Like, who knows? Who knows? I could get distracted. I could just be like, I'm tired. I was not feeling it that night. And I did not text. She ran into me Thursday. We ran into each other Thursday by fluke. We met. Friday, she sees me with women, mind you, but she still finds me. She found me in the stadium. And then Saturday, we did hang out. Like, I was like, come meet me, blah, blah, blah. And then Sunday, we have a date. We just hang out all day because the boys are left, so it's just Pookie and me now. And I drop her back off. She goes to the venue. I show up super late because I fell asleep on the couch. I was like, I'm dead. This is a long weekend. To do a 4-day Bendra festival is long. But this is what's really funny. I show up late, but I text her like, I'm like here, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't even respond. She doesn't see my text. She's watching the show, of course. I show up like an hour late. And I take a way, because mind you, we have the nice seats, so we're on the floor, so you got to go downstairs. I take a way down to the floor that I have not taken at all during our 3 days there. I take a new way completely. And mind you, she didn't text me. And as I'm walking down, in the middle of the concert going on, as I'm walking down these steps I've never taken that aren't necessarily the closest ones to my seats or hers. As I'm walking out, I'm looking at the stairs and I'm zonked. I'm tired. And I'm going down and I look up at the concert and here's Pookie walking right in front of me with her head down too. I put my hand on her chest and I go, Pookie, what the fuck? And she was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? How do we keep finding each other like this? So in a stadium of, 50, 40,000 people, we have now randomly met 3 times. The universe just kept like that. We didn't have a choice. It was just, didn't have a choice. It was forcing us together. We never taken these ways to our seats before. They were not the closest stairs to our seats. And I showed up at a completely random time late. I texted her. She didn't see my text. She didn't see like, hey, I'm here. Like, come meet me. None of that. I'm walking down, looking at my feet as I'm going down. And then just by fluke, I just decided to look up. And I'm tired. And then as I look up, I see Pookie right here. And and she doesn't see me. She's just walking up too. And I go, Pookie, what the fuck? And she's like, oh my God, like this is so crazy. So we hung out all day. And then we ran into each other again in the stadium. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. So that's the CMA story time that I cliffhangered y'all on because I disappeared for a little bit. I've been busy. But that was a wild time. That was a wild time for all of us. Yeah. Well, Divas, anyways, I love you, Divas. Welcome back to Story Time. There's so many to catch you up on. There's so much story time. I mean, y'all are like, oh my God, like we know there's story time we missed. I know, it's my fault. I know it's my fault that you're behind on story time because I've been busy. But I'm doing my best. I'm going to roll them out as fast as I can. Probably once a week. We're just going to keep rolling them out. I got to catch y'all up. I got to catch y'all up till you're on present tense. And then you're like, oh my gosh, how has so much happened? I know. Life is crazy. A butterfly flaps its wings. And next thing you know, you're flying to New Jersey. I love my divas. And it's for the divas. Story time is for the divas. Okay? That's like my new slogan. Story time is for the divas. All right, bye. Love you, divas. Mwah.